So, in this lecture, I'll be covering the states which are a part of North India and the folk songs which are predominantly prevalent over there. So, first, I'm going to talk about the folk songs from Jammu and Kashmir. Traditional Kashmiri folk melodies, known as Wuchun songs, are frequently performed by women. They are typically connected to religious events, marriages, and harvest. These songs frequently describe tales of love, longing, and nature and are distinguished by their beautiful lyrics and catchy melodies. So, one genre of folk song in Kashmir is Bumai. These songs are sung at different points during the wedding ceremony and are connected to weddings. The bride's emotional travel to her husband's house and her departure from her parents' house are the main topics of these frequently light-hearted lyrics. The popular Kashmiri folk song Chakki Wuchun is typically sung by women who labor in the chakki or grinding mills. The daily hardships, pleasures, and emotions of women in the community are reflected in these songs. Also, the Dogri people of Jammu have their own distinctive folk songs that convey their relationship to nature, work, and spirituality. Their songs are called Kandi and they are sung by women, particularly during harvest when they are engaged in agricultural work. The lyrics of these songs often depict nature, everyday life, and social themes. Also, there's one more genre of folk song in this area that is the Chajja, which are songs sung at weddings and other social gatherings, and they're typically light-hearted, describing the journey of the bride and groom, the marriage celebration, and family ties. Also, they have dholki songs, which are customary tunes played at weddings and celebrations. The fast paced melodies which express delight and celebrate life's significant milestones are performed to the accompaniment of the dholki, a sort of drum. And they have the Balti people, who are mostly found in Jammu and Kashmir's Ladakh area, and they have a distinctive repertoire of folk music. These songs are frequently spiritual in tone and have a strong Buddhist foundation in Tibet. So, this area also have monastic songs, which are chants or hymns devoted to Buddha, Tibetan deities, and ancestors among the many Ladakh folk songs. And they are sung at religious celebrations like the Ladakhi New Year, Losar. These songs also have an important role in the seasonal songs, which are also the folk songs, especially those pertaining to agriculture and lifestyle, and are often sung to commemorate seasonal changes. Rituals and dance frequently accompany these melodies. In addition to having thriving folk music traditions of their own, the Sheena and the Kishtwari languages are spoken in some areas of Jammu and Kashmir. So, what are the Sheena songs? They are songs about love, migration, and everyday hardships. And they are somewhat the gloomy topics that frequently appear in this. Usually, these songs are performed during social events, particularly during harvest and festivals. So, the Kishtwari songs are another folk song genre, which talk about nature, love, and labor, and are also part of the tradition of the people living in Jammu's Kishtwar area. The tough reality of life in the mountainous region and the natural beauty of the surroundings are frequently portrayed in the songs. Now, I'll come to the instruments which the Jammu and Kashmir people use in their folk songs. They are the santoor. This is a traditional Kashmiri instrument, the rabab, a stringed instrument, the dhol, the tumbi, a traditional string instrument, the nagara, and the flute. So now I'm going to talk about the folk songs from Himachal Pradesh. The northern Indian state of Himachal Pradesh is renowned for its breathtaking mountains, verdant valleys, and rich cultural legacy. The state's folk songs are a vital component of its culture. and are frequently performed at festivals, agricultural events, weddings, and social gatherings. Express the diversity of its people as well as their relationship to nature, spirituality, and everyday life. They also say about the mountainous landscape, religious customs, and traditions of the Himachali people. In Himachal Pradesh, the traditional folk dance known as Nati is very well liked, and folk music accompanies the Nati dance and is frequently performed at festivals, weddings, and other community events. The lyrics of the upbeat and lively songs performed during Nati, or Nati you can say, concerts honor, love, celebration, and community spirit. The dances are conducted in a line or circle, with the dancers swaying and clapping in time with the frequently fast paced music. So, the distinctive folk customs of the Kullu Valley are very well known, and the folk songs of this region are renowned for their catchy phrase and melodies, tying the country and the religion. Numerous Kullu folk songs are religious in nature, honoring local deities such as Hirimba, Kullu Rishi, and the great Lord Shiva. During religious occasions like Dasera in Kullu, where the valley hosts one of the most elaborate celebrations, these songs are sung. Also, the Chamba region here has a unique folk tradition, music tradition, with songs that are a blend of devotional, romantic, and narrative themes. There are also Chamba dance songs, which are performed during festivals like Kesar Singh and other local celebrations. The songs sung in Chamba reflect the daily lives, love stories, and the struggles of the people living in the hills. So, their theme is romance, which has a prominent role in the Chamba folk music. And they are usually narrating stories of courtship, separation, and the longing felt by lovers who are separated by the mountain. The distinctive musical traditions of the inhabitants of Spiti and Lahul are situated in the chilly desert areas of Himachal Pradesh. And they are a reflection of the Tibetan Buddhist culture and the harsh circumstances of their native land. The worship of Buddha and other Tibetan deities are the subject of many devotional songs from Spiti and Lahul. During their religious rites and feast, the songs are frequently performed. Also, they have the Bhojli songs, which are performed by the people, liked by the people to commemorate the harvest and give thanks to the gods for the produce. They also recount tales of bravery, also of antiquity and the struggles endured by the inhabitants of this chilly mountainous area. Now, I'll talk about the instruments which are used in these regions. The dhol, which we can see is being used in all parts actually. The nagara, a traditional drum used in various folk performances. The shehnai, a traditional wind instrument used in weddings and celebrations. The flute, which is all pervading, we can say. It is also seen in the Pahari and Kullu folk songs. And the chimta, a percussion instrument often used in Dogri and Chamba folk music. Next, I'm going to talk about the folk songs from Punjab. So, one of Punjab's most recognizable and well liked types of folk music and dance is Bhangra. Even though Bhangra is a well known dancing style today, the songs that go with it remain an essential component of the culture. They are usually sung at weddings and during festivals like Baisakhi and Lohri. They are lively, joyful, and exuberant. They convey themes of happiness, festivity, and a fostering sense of community. The themes honor spirituality, rural life, and the harvest season. They have references to nature, love, and socio political issues in the lyrics. The instruments they use are dhol, a big barrel drum, tabla, tumbi, chimta, and dhola. Also, we have gidda, a traditional music style and also a dance style that honors women's vitality and passion. And it is called the female equivalent of Bhangra. And their themes centered around female empowerment, love, family, and celebrations. And the songs are sung during Gidda performances are vibrant and lighthearted. They are frequently performed by women in a group setting, with the dancers imitating the lyrics movement as the singers engage with an interaction with the audience. And the themes they have: personal relationships, weddings, friends, and teasing, and occasionally social issues, which are all reflected here. The instruments they use are dhol, tumbi, dholak, and manjira. Also, women traditionally sing the Mundri, a folk song, during the harvest season in rural Punjab. When performing hard jobs like harvesting, weaving, milking cows, these songs are performed. The lyrics are frequently straightforward and repetitious, honors the abundance of nature, communal life, familial ties, and agricultural labor. Also, with Lohri, winter comes to a close and the harvest season begins. Around a bonfire, people sing songs to celebrate the arrival of a new season. And they, they also celebrate friendship, family, and the arrival of people also. Punjab, especially Pakistani Punjab, has a rich tradition of Sufi music, which I talked in the first lecture, that blends deeply spiritual themes with folk elements. They are often referred to as kafi and are devotional songs that reflect themes of love, longing, and the connection between the lover and the divine. The songs are influenced, which are influenced actually by Sufism, emphasizes the mystical experience of God and the soul's connection to the divine. The lyrics are often poetic with romantic imagery symbolizing spiritual devotion. And the themes are much like, Baul. They are centered on divine love, seeking God, and self purification. Next, I'm going to talk about the folk songs from Haryana. So, the folk songs from Haryana too have the themes of love, nature, community, and rural life, and are intricately entwined with the lives of its people. Also, they display the Haryanvi people's work ethic and joyous spirit. One of the most important and well liked kind of folk music in Haryana is Ragini or Ragni. These are story songs that are frequently played at fairs, festivals, and social events. They have themes like love, family, community gatherings, and spirituality, and are typically performed by women. The songs frequently tell stories about romantic relationships, heroes, societal norms, rural life, and obviously longing and separation. These songs frequently portray the emotions of love, desire, grief, joy, and are highly emotional. Also, we have a very famous romantic folktale from Haryana, the Sohni Maliwal, which is frequently commemorated with folk tunes. The main themes of Sohni and Mahiwal's story are love, separation, and the lovers' eventual reunion. So, it is frequently told through songs that deal with the themes of love, dedication, sacrifice, and longing. They convey intense feelings and the difficulties faced by lovers who are split apart by outside forces, who are still together in their hearts. Also, there are traditional ballads or narrative songs that narrate tales of heroes, conflicts, tragedies, and legendary people. The heroic deeds of warriors, the sacrifices made by heroes, and the conflicts waged in defense of honor, territory, or love can all be told in these songs. They honor the bravery and heroism of warriors and occasionally impart moral lessons to their audience. In Haryana, these ballads are a significant component of the oral tradition and are frequently sung during festivals, melas, and social events. Also, they have a traditional warrior song. You can say a warrior song genre, which are the Veera songs. And they tell stories of the Haryanas people's bravery and heroism. And they are focused on the bravery of warriors who fought for honor, defended their territories, or participated in conflicts. Also, the song honors the land's abundance during the harvest season. Mostly all songs do that. And in Haryana, farmers and other agricultural workers are the main performers of these songs, the harvest songs. And it is frequently performed to show happiness during harvest and to honor farmers' hard work. It emphasizes the value of nature, hard effort, and the abundance of the land. Next, I'll talk about the folk songs from Uttarakhand. So, the folk songs of Uttarakhand are rich and captures the essence of its rural lifestyle, natural surroundings and religious beliefs. Uttarakhand folk songs which are frequently sung at festivals, weddings and other important events are intricately linked to the season, harvest and the customs of the people. Particularly in the mountainous area, Chopati or Chopti songs play an important role in Uttarakhand's folk tradition. These songs are sung by women while laboring in the fields or doing household chores. They have the themes of love, everyday life, longing for loved ones, and are portrayed frequently in the lyrics. The lyrical and calming tone of the song captures Uttarakhand's serene and natural surroundings. During festivals and weddings, the people of Uttarakhand customarily sing the dhol shak or dhol songs. The main instrument is the dhol, a double headed drum that is frequently performed in conjunction with other folk instruments like the flute and the drum. Also, the cultural and the spiritual lives of the people are profoundly reflected in these songs. Also, there is one kind of distinctive folk genre in Uttarakhand, in the mountainous areas, particularly Kumaon, is the Kaili Geet. These songs, which convey sentiments of yearning and longing, are frequently romantic and gloomy. They emphasize the feelings of love and separation, beauty of nature, and the desire for a partner. Women sing these songs, particularly in the evenings when they come together and sing them as a chorus. The rocky terrain, straightforward rural life, and strong spiritual ties of the people are reflected in Uttarakhand's folk music. The rich cultural and emotional environment of Uttarakhand is encapsulated in these songs, which can be used to celebrate the harvest, convey love, longing, or invoke spiritual favors. Folk music from Uttarakhand continues to speak to the people through upbeat beats, catchy melodies, and straightforward yet meaningful lyrics. The next, I'm going to talk about the folk songs from Uttar Pradesh. So, one of the most well known and beloved folk songs in Uttar Pradesh is Kajri, which is particularly common in the monsoon time. And the women sing them conveys the ache and desire of lovers who are separated. It frequently captures the anguish of husbands and wives who are out in the fields or somewhere else. The themes of the songs discuss feelings related to the rain, separation, and yearning for a lover. It can be both romantic and melancholy. In many instances, the songs also highlight the beauty and happiness of the monsoon season. The instruments used in the the Uttar Pradesh region are dholak, tabla, harmonium, and sarangi. There is also birha here. So we can say birha is a prevalent folk music genre throughout India. And it is also sung the concept of separation, particularly the emotional suffering of lovers or family members who are separated, is at the heart of these songs, which are performed by both men and women. Unrequited love, separation, longing, and the reunion of loved ones are all prevalent in Birha songs. These songs, which capture the spirit of longing and the struggles of country existence, are intensely emotional and even quite melancholy. Melancholy. We have another devotional folk music genre, which is called Rasiya and is mostly performed in the Mathura Vrindavan area of Uttar Pradesh, especially around Lord Krishna related festivals like Krishna Janmashtami. The Rasiya songs celebrate the love between Lord Krishna and Radha as well as the myths that surround them. The region's people, happiness, joy, and spiritual devotion to their divine couple are captured in these songs. Also, the women in Uttar Pradesh sing the songs Pardesi, the genre actually, the Pardesi songs, when their husbands or other family members depart for work, frequently to far off locations. These songs, which are popular in rural Uttar Pradesh, capture the anguish and longing of separation. Here also, we have a very similar theme, like the Kajri and the Birha, the feelings of waiting for a loved one to come home in these songs, as the women sing about the difficulties of waiting and their love for the one who is away. They might get extremely emotional. So, originally from the area, of Bundelkhand, which is kind of mostly we can say half is in Uttar Pradesh and half is in the other part of the country, we have a type of ballad called the Alha, which is an ancient type of ballad or epic song that is also widely used in portions of Uttar Pradesh. This narrative song, which is typically based on local legend, relates the tales of heroes and warriors. And also, during Alha performances, the dholak, sarangi, shehnai, and tabla are frequently played. So, we come to the end of this lecture. And what I wanted to show in this lecture is that some of the folk music genres are prevalent throughout India, like the birha. It is sung in many parts of India, not necessarily in one specific region, but in most of India, because it is sung by the rural people of India and connects the people throughout India. Thank you.